So, verse number 366 we had finished, huh? Finished. Okay. Read verse number 366, then we shall. Ata samadat swayatyandriyasan nirantaram shantamana pratichi vidvansvayadvandamanaadya vidyayam Krutam sadekatva vilokanena Ata samadat swayatendriyasan Nirantaram shantamana pratichi Vidvansayadvantamanadya vidyayam Krutam samdekatva vilokanena I hope, as usual, you have been contemplating on these ideas continuously, whether it is this text or you are doing Atmabodh or any other text, it doesn't matter, because every text in this tradition talks about the same reality. Whether it is a small book, big book, with one verse, 100 verses, 1,000 verses, Satakam, Sahasri, 100 verses, Sahasri, 1,000 verses, it doesn't make any difference. All the verses mean the same reality that you are. You are the subject. And same words are used in every scripture. Whether Shankara has written it, Shankarananda has written it, Upanishads where the authorship is unknown, wherever you see this word, Atma, Brahma, Dhyanam, Jnanam, Yoga, whatever the word, same words are used everywhere. So, if you do not understand it in the first book, like in Tattvabodha, you have to understand the same word in other books. But once you understand the meaning of the word, thereafter it doesn't matter which text you take. Are you getting that point, please? That word will not lose its meaning for you. When you say the word Atma, is the name of the Absolute. English equivalent we call as though the Absolute, the Self, the Truth. But the meaning of the word I, that which is pointed out by this word I, that which is revealed by that word I, or that for which the name stands, that one for which the name I stands, that one, if you want to name it, Atma. The meaning of the word I. And as we have shared, this word I is peculiar, it has two sets of meaning. Absolute meaning, relative meanings. Relative meanings are thousands. I am body, young, old, rich, poor, son, daughter, believer, non-believer. There are so many relative roles, so many relative meanings of this word I. But the absolute meaning is one and the same. If you want to name it, Atma, Brahma, for which there is no equivalent. In many languages, you don't have that equivalent. When you say the word Atma, Brahma means consciousness. Conscious, when you say in English, conscious means conscious, to be aware. And then absolute noun, awareness, consciousness. Like immortality opposed to mortality. But immortality, the absolute sense of the term, that meaning you have to see for yourself what it is. So when you use these words very clearly, appreciate these names, that what is that something which is absolute? What is that something which never grows, unborn, no growth, no disease, no decay, no death, but ever existing as it is, one and the same. Having heard about it, you see the meaning of those words, revel in that. That is why very beautifully before this particular verse where he says, Srute Shatagunam Vidyat Mananam Mananadapi Nitidhyasanam Laksharunam Anantam Nirvikalpakam. That language and the importance of it should never be forgotten. In fact, you should write it down in your room. In big letters, write down this verse. Listening to this truth is very important. That is the beginning. And you see the reality also. As you listen, you see the truth of it. Because with the Shabda, words as the Pramana, means of knowledge, reveals the truth to yourself as to who you are. Excellent. The problem comes that after we listen to this reality, we get this knowledge, appreciate it very nicely, habits like a cloud comes over. If you are not a person who is very contemplative, if you are not a person who is very conscious, aware of every one of your activities, suddenly it looks as though a thought cloud comes in and you are under the spell of it. In order to counteract that habitual overcasting, the clouds coming and hovering over, Mananam, 100 times better than Sravana is Manana, Satagunam Vidyat Manana. And when you do this manana, you contemplate. The contemplation is between the teacher and the student, which is inside you now. When you Sravana, teacher is outside, student is outside. The teacher is speaking, the student is listening. So these words that are revealed by the teacher, if the teacher is wise, knows himself, his words come from the land of wisdom, awareness all-pervasive. So the thoughts have the touch of the absolute, and those thoughts are spoken out at the level of the mouth in the speech. And those speeches reaches the ear of the student. That is why it is known as the Shruti, Karna Parampara. The Shruti means Sravanat Shruti, because somebody listens to this and get this knowledge, Shruti. Karna Parampara, mouth to ear, This tradition has come down for thousands and thousands of years. So when the teacher says, the student listens. Listening means that sabda, that words create thoughts in your head. Pointing out something not outside but yourself. So when the class is over, Upadesha is over, instruction is over, now the student goes back to his own place. Now there are two things now, contemplation, viveka, discrimination has to be done. The habitual I who was thinking happiness outside, security outside, sensation is happiness, that fellow is one. Habitual ideas, thoughts, unverified, unquestioned, unchallenged ideas picked up for a long time, all inside, perhaps 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, depends how earliest you get exposed to this knowledge. So you have all those ideas inside. Now another idea, the teacher sets in. Aham Brahmasmi, I am the Absolute. Ajoham, Saswatoham, Nirvikalpoham. I am the Eternal, Absolute. I am the happiness. So there is a conversation now must go on inside. The habitual I says, I am looking for happiness in a sound or a touch or a taste or a smell. The teacher's I is, I am the happiness. Which one is right? You understand the dramatization of the whole thing? Which one is right? The I who is looking for, or the I which is supposed to be the Absolute? So the conversation goes on between the teacher and the student inside. That is why your classroom is inside your head. This classroom is made for everybody. But the class continues in your head. The habitual I must challenge and will challenge the new idea. I am the happiness. How can I be the happiness? There is no sensation, no touch, no touch. Simply I am happiness, I am happiness. What is this? No, at your moment of happiness, where are you? You are with yourself. Thoughts disappear, you are with yourself. Oh yes. Where do you experience happiness? In the object or in yourself? Habitual I cannot get out. That is why Shruti, Yukti, logic. Just not simple listening. It must be backed by logic, Yukti. Shruti Sammata Yukti. You listen to it, backed by very strong logic. The logic should be so strong that it completely negates the habitual ideas. You are not trying to negate. Okay, if the habitual ideas are correct, why not take it? What's wrong? What's wrong? So you are not granting a favor to somebody. You challenge the ideas. Is it really true? And when you see that, really at moment of happiness, I am not there. I am with myself. And to be myself, I don't need to say I. So the teacher and the student both disappear into the nameless, wordless existence that you are. That is the Dhyanam Nitidhyasa. You be and you stay there. You are there. No more encouraging a thought or discouraging a thought. Anantam nirvikalpakam. You stay there as you are. Nirvikalpakam. No vikalpa of any kind. You are not initiating nor you are resisting. Because nobody, you are not there to initiate or to resist. Just being yourself. Understand? That is, if 100 times better than listening is contemplation, meditating, that is being with that wordless reality, is 100,000 times Lakshya Gunam important. And when you are with yourself, no more initiating or resisting, being yourself, Ananta, endless time better than the listening. Meaning, therefore don't say listening is useless. That is the beginning. Then you see for yourself. And the taste of that wisdom is, when you are with yourself, happy, contented, blissful, no more you are a victim of moods. Always, everywhere, all times, all places, you are totally at ease with yourself. A master is not one. Understand? An ace driver is not one who is seated on a parked car. An ace driver is one who is negotiating with hundreds of cars. But never hitting any car. And also, what is the speed? Formula 1, 250 kilometers speed. Doesn't touch anybody. 10 kilometers speed doesn't teach, does also. So, yogarato va, bhogarato va, sangarato va, sangavihina, yasya brahmani ramate chittam, nandati, nandati, nandati eva. As beautiful Shankara says. Whether you are yogarato va, bhogarato va. Now you are with all austerities, yoga. Now you are bhogarata, with all indulgence. Sangarata, you are surrounded by hundreds of people. Sangavihina, totally alone. Whose mind revels in himself. Nandati, 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 anandam, anandam. Always blissful. So that is the taste of your wisdom, that you have understood. No more you come under the spell of changing moods or emotions. You can have your emotions. Nobody can take it away from you. The possibilities of all emotions are in every one of us. Don't kill that possibility. Be a sensitive human being. Be a very sensitive human being. But at no time you come under the spell of any emotion. Somebody can be so kind, pushes himself onto unnecessary trouble. Somebody is so angry, pushes himself into unnecessary trouble. Somebody is so loving, puts himself into trouble. Somebody is so hating everybody, also puts himself in trouble. That's why a good man is not a wise man. Because for a bad man, if the badness is weakness, because hurting everybody is his quality, he can't stop hurting anybody. If he doesn't hurt somebody, that daily food is not taken. No, that type of a guy is. Must hurt, must be sharp, must cheat, must deceive. That is not the one. Or love, affection, kindness also is a weakness. You can't say no to anybody. Everywhere you fall into a trap of some smooth words, you believing everybody, or a totally non-believer. No. A very balanced person. You don't come under the moods of any kind. Akasavat, like you saw the meditation, no. Sankara'S Nistaranga Jalarasi Nischalam. Nistaranga Jalarasi Nischalam. You are totally immutable. Nischalam, absolutely still, like the ocean of water, waveless, expansive. You are waveless and expansive, pure consciousness that you are. So, very, very important to do the manana and nitidhyasana. And as I have been telling you again and again, consider yourself lucky to get this chance to be here for few days, months, years. But this chance will not come to you again. You yourself have chosen it. But you must understand the importance of it. How many people have the time and the leisureliness and the preparedness to come to this knowledge, listen to this knowledge, think over it, and without much responsibilities. It's a very, very rare chance. Don't waste it away by swimming, swimming on the bed, sleeping. Reading. Don't waste it away simply eating, hanging around, looking at this, looking at that. You must look at everything. But the primary objective is looking at yourself. Ananda, Nirvikalpa. Why should I do this? Atha samadatsva yatendriya sanne nirantaram shantamana pratichi vidhvanso yadvanta anadya vidyaya sutam sadegatva vilokanena anadi avidyaya krutam dhvantam vinashaya. Why should I do it? This is why you should do it. Dhvantam. There is a darkness in your life which has been caused by anadi avidyaya krutam, which is caused by beginningless spell of ignorance, not knowing about myself. What language? Huh? What ideas? Beginningless spell of his ignorance, you have this darkness inside you. As even in the dark night, the man who is traveling doesn't know in which direction he is going, loses the track. In a desert, forest, in the ocean, dark night, no stars, nothing to guide you. The boat is drifted, just drifting from one side to another side. So please see that. Why should I do this contemplation? Because the darkness of ignorance, the darkness that the ignorance invokes within, as a result, the person is directionless. Just like walking in the jungle in the dark night, navigating in the ocean in the dark cloudy night, walking in the desert in the dark night. Directionless. That is how the person goes about in life, holding on to some sensation or the other. And as a result, in time, you become sensation dependent on a sound or a touch or a smell or a sight or wealth or security of something. And in case the time snatches it, something goes away, something you lose, the whole life is devastated. Because it is total darkness. But when you understand yourself, it's like being in the light. Everything is clear, conspicuous. Now you can choose which direction you want to go. You're happy with yourself. You want to smell something, taste, touch, see, hear, read, have a thought, not to have a thought. The whole choice is yours. And that is absolute freedom, happiness you enjoy within yourself. So the taste of wisdom is you are no more under the spell of any type of mood. And your life is as much a blessing to yourself, that much a blessing to everybody else. See that. So, having told this, now he says, now the student naturally sufficiently motivated. If that is what it is, I also want to be like that. I want to do that. Okay, tell me, what am I supposed to do? Now the teacher says, read beautifully. Yogasya prathama dwaram bang nirodho parigraha nirasa cha niriha cha nityam ekanta shilata. Yogasya prathama dwaram vang nirodho parigraha nirasha cha niriha cha nityam ekanta shilata. Now see, you know this much of Sanskrit you must have already picked up to understand. Yogasya prathama dwaram. The first gate. Suppose yoga, the ultimate wisdom. That is why the yoga is used in so many ways in tradition, okay? Yoga does not mean only twisting your leg or tail. Yoga means Brahma Vidya, the knowledge, absolute knowledge, ultimately absolute knowledge. Thereafter this yoga, that's a different thing. Hatha yoga, Raja yoga, yoga it is, but in a different context they use karma yoga, which ultimately it should be Brahman. Absolute yourself, you should know it, you know the truth. Okay, but that, suppose that is the ultimate end, that is yourself, there are so many gates to open to reach it, as though it is locked up somewhere. You have to move from the known to the unknown. It is locked up inside you, in you, you are it, in fact you are it, but you are now planning to reach it because you don't know you are it. So you know that you are it, but then it's difficult to own it up. Then what should I do? First thing you should do, Vang Nirodha, stitch your mouth. I am not telling you. If I tell now, you say, oh, Swamiji is always talking. He will talk for 1 hour, but we are not supposed to talk. Not 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, another 1 hour in the afternoon of the satsang also. And in between question answer, he will talk all the time. But we are not supposed to talk. You don't understand. If I am talking all the time, the message is silence. From the silence it begins, in the silence it ends. That is why, even after 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours talking, I am as fresh as ever. But when you do mindless chattering, you know that what we call as the verbal diarrhea, the person cannot keep quiet. If there is nothing to speak, he must create a subject to talk. Some people are so absent-minded that they don't even know that they are talking. They have to be told again and again, don't talk, don't talk. Then the person feels bad as though he is the only one talking, others are not talking. It's not. Unconscious behavior. And the speech is something which can be the worst unconscious behavior because you don't have to go somewhere to do it. See, in other work, there is an anga chesta. Anga chesta means there is an effort in different limbs. Get up, you have to get up. You have to get up. Then you have to walk. You want to hit somebody, then lift your hand, hit somebody. You know, these things, it takes time. For speaking, what should you do? Just open your mouth and talk. Walking you cannot do. You may not be able to do. Why? Because body, physically you are tired. Maybe you are hungry. Maybe you are exhausted. You are old. Your body not cooperating. So you can't walk, you can't run. But speaking, lying down on the bed, you can speak for 20 hours. Simply sitting in one place in a wheelchair. You can't run, you can't walk, but continuously talking. A person can ask, what is wrong if I go on talking? There is nothing wrong, but are you conscious what you are talking? If you feel, listen carefully, if you feel restrained, if you feel as though cut off, if you feel you are being restricted, you are not consciously talking. A conscious speaker shall stop to speak whenever you want him. Because if others are not interested, why should I speak? Do you speak to yourself? Right. So you are speaking to others. And the other person said, don't talk. Why are you feeling offended? Are you getting that point? Please. If the other person says, don't talk, that means he is not interested in listening to what you are speaking. But unconscious speaker will feel angry, slighted, humiliated, offended. See, I was talking to him, I told him not to talk. Okay, I will never talk to him anymore. Huge reaction. Either you drown them with your speech, or there is drought. Marudi. Banya or Marudi. You talk so much that the other person is drowned. He doesn't know what to do. He feels suffocated. If you say, don't talk, all right. And you think you are not talking. Your eyes are talking, your face is talking. You think you are not talking. Because when you come face to face with me, I am walking, you are coming. Because I told you not to talk. You go through me. So you are talking or not talking? Your mouth is closed, but your eyes are talking. Your face is talking. And you think you have stopped talking. And if you come by my side, you think you are not talking? Your limbs are talking. Do you understand what I am talking? It creates heavy reaction inside. The speech, see that how I have been telling you, and now look at the parampara, the tradition itself, as to why you should keep the traps shut. It's so important. Because the more you go on talking and talking and talking and talking, you are unnecessarily activating your mind. And you are never looking at your mind. It creates chain reactions. Suppose by talking and talking you feel exhausted, no problem. Suppose you are exhausted, appa, good. But while talking, since you don't know what to talk, other people also react. When other people react, they challenge your speech. Now how long? Where does it end? It goes on and on and on. The purpose of learning is talking to yourself, not talking to others. Are you getting that? The purpose of learning is talking to yourself. What is talking to myself? Now that I have heard this knowledge, I am the Absolute. Aham Brahmasmi, I am the Absolute. Aham Pratyaya Gochara. Remember that beautiful explanation. That is the meaning of the word I. That is indeed myself. Aham Pada Artha. The meaning of the word I. That is indeed myself. So now there is a conversation goes on inside. I was thinking, I'm hungry, I'm this, I'm that, I'm dying, I'm living, I'm growing, I'm experiencing sound, touch, taste, smell. But no, I am the truth, the Absolute. So the conversation must take place inside. You want to talk to yourself. Why am I behaving like this? As I told you 100 times. When the person is talking rubbish, meaningless, directionless nonsense, you don't have to get worked up. Don't ask, why that person is talking like that? Question is, why am I reacting like that? Why am I reacting? That is why other people's unconscious behavior becomes a test for you, a test for your wisdom. Because they are angry, they are restless, they are insensitive. Oh. That is how they are. So now I know how to behave. Is you are conscious. When you are, hey, listen, when you are driving, please take these examples. It is so beautiful. When you are driving, you are going on your speed of, let us say, 100 kilometers per hour. If suddenly in front of you, a person stops, do you stop or you get angry? You also suddenly stop. Why? Because there must be a traffic jam in front ahead of him. Because Abu has stopped. So if he slows down, you slow down. Then find out the reason. Oh, he is slowing down to take a turn to the right. Ah, you take a left turn and go in a speed. The moment somebody changes the speed, just understand the driving of a car. The moment somebody slows down, you slow down. If they go in top speed, you also move on the speed if you feel like. Playing a game, your moves are dependent upon the opponent's moves. He runs a soldier. You can run your soldier, your boat, your bishop, your king, anybody you like. All the coins or icons are yours. So when somebody is behaving in a particular way, you adjust. Instead of my getting worked up as to why is he talking like that? Hey, how does it matter? That person is so mindless, he doesn't know why is he talking. How can you find a cause for his madness? Huh? Come on. Why a person is talking in a particular way, the person himself doesn't know. How do you know? Then you have to surmise again. I think something has gone wrong. I think somebody has told him something. I think you don't think. You are making a mistake. There was a nice machine. You want to listen to a joke? You are not interested now. Okay. All right. So, anyway, there was a lie detector machine. Lie detector machine, no? If you tell a lie, it will make a noise. But it is a peculiar machine. If you tell a lie, it will make a noise, some noise. If you tell the truth, it keeps quiet. If you tell a lie, it will only make a noise. So one fellow says, oh, I can eat 20 chocolates. It was quiet. He said, I think I can eat 20 chocolates non-stop. The machine kept quiet. Another person says, I can eat 20 sandwiches. The noise came. You can't eat 20 sandwiches. He said, okay. I can eat 10 sandwiches. The man said, I think I can eat 20. The other fellow goes, shall you name him what? What shall you name him? Sardar. You can say Sardar, you can say Irish, you can say Polish, you can anybody you like. That fellow, somebody XYZ. He goes and he says, I think, The moment he says, I think, he says, you. That's a lie. He says, I think, the machine doesn't allow him because he doesn't think, because this fellow is unconscious speaker. The other persons are consciously speaking. So the moment you unconsciously speak, you are alive. You don't think. Thoughts happen for you. Understand? So if the other person is behaving in a particular way, he doesn't know. So why do you think what he should be thinking? That is where comes your unnecessary interpretations. Unnecessary interpretation. That is where the gossip begins. I think, somebody has done something, somebody has told something. Why are you thinking and pushing that idea into other people's head also? So they also go on thinking. That is how the rumors spread. That is how the gossips spread. And the nature of gossip is such, the person who starts it doesn't recognize after some time. Because by the time it goes to 10-20 people, it has changed so many versions. So when he goes back to the original fellow, he doesn't understand what you are talking. Because he started some nonsense, little, but it is all spiced up. By the time it has passed through 20, 30, 100 people. Anyway. So, yogasya prathama dwaram. Please see, the first gate as though to be with yourself is vang nirodha, not to speak, understand, not to speak unconsciously. Vang nirodha does not mean literally stitching your mouth and never speaking. It is better to start with not speaking completely also. Then speaking what you feel like speaking. When you say the car is controlled, it's not a parked car. Controlled speed. Are you getting that? Car is under control means what? Not that car is parked. It is controlled speed. The speech is very much on control, meaning not unconscious, meaningless, repetitive speeches, but very controlled speech. You know what you are talking. If you are cut up in the middle, if somebody cuts you up in the middle, it's okay. Because that person knows what he is doing. But you know what you are doing. If somebody is not interested in listening, let them know. You just keep quiet until you are asked again. But people are impatient. How they get angry, you know. Somebody will be talking nonsense. If you ask him to stop, he gets flared up. Some people get up and go away. That is why in every conference, look at any conference. You have seen politicians in parliament. You have seen people discussing in seminars. You have seen people discuss among small groups, big groups. Just observe. Non-stop interference, speeches. Never one person finishes, other person begins. Just put 10 people to talk and see. After some time it will happen now. Two people will be one group. So 10 people, there are 5 conversations going on. This is where we face that situation all the time. I go to a house, go to a meeting, go to a classroom. That is why you have to know how to direct the conversation. The moment you see that everybody is talking something, okay, come on, let's discuss something. That is where you have to give a direction to somebody. Of course, if it's a position like teacher, that's a different thing. Among the friends, nobody is going to listen to you because each one does his own thing. And if you say, come and listen, he says, who are you? What have you got to speak? They are not going to listen to you. That is the time. Best thing is, keep quiet and just listen. And if you are a person interested in listening to your own conversation with yourself, if you are a person interested in recognizing the silence that you are, now you stop producing your noise. When other people speak, instead of joining the speech, you now look at your reaction. What is going on? Because you are interested in your silence, in your stillness that you are. And when you clearly see who I am is really all the time pure consciousness, the thoughts are to be used. And how are the thoughts to be used? Either through speeches, which is a oral action, or through the movements, which is a physical action. Are you getting that? One is your hands, your legs expressing your thought. Other is your speeches expressing your thought. That is a speech also is an action. Are you getting that? Speech also is an action. That's why when you hit somebody with the hands and legs, what is it? His hand is talking, you know. His legs are talking. His hands and legs are talking. The speech at the level of your speech is a words. The speech at the level of your hand of different types of movements. Leg, different type of movements. Body, different types of push and pull. Please appreciate. Actions at different levels. But long before you go into other activities, first activity is to be consciously observed is vak. Vak nirodha. The physical. Orally, you control your speeches. Meaning, long before you speak something, you are conscious. You know, please understand the blessing of it. The moment you stop speaking, you are, if you do it consciously, excellent. Even if unconsciously you stop speaking, you are thrown back into your thought level. Suppose you don't speak, you will be at your thought level. See it in the presence of a man or a person to whom you respect. So many thoughts are coming and you are not supposed to talk. What happens? You don't speak, but so many thoughts are passing through your head. That's why you go to the temple. If you can do it in your room, excellent. Can't do it? Go there. Go to the mountain. Sit down on a tree. Find whom to talk. You are automatically thrown back into your level of your thought. And when these thoughts are coming up, listen carefully, when these thoughts are coming up, previously they were just simple thoughts. Do this, don't do this, go to eat this, touch this, taste this, smell this, all this. Now you are knowing, hey, why these thoughts are coming? Why is it bringing me agitation? What is this thought? What is unhappiness? Missing, thought is coming, object is not there. This is what it is. Okay, if I get the object, what happens? Thought goes away. So thought is not a trouble. At that time I am with myself. Oh my God. Are you getting that point, please? That is your contemplation. That is, without knowing how to think, if you simply keep quiet, again you go cuckoo. Without knowing how to use your thought, how to face your thought, if you simply keep quiet, you also go mad. It's like, listen carefully, take an example. It's like you are going into a fair, town. Hundreds of people are there. Now if you go on in that crowd, suddenly you are feeling lost. Because if you are going, you don't know where the crowd is going. So you stand still. Listen, you stand still. Not knowing where you are standing still. Yes, there will be something, it's a relief, because you are standing still. Then when everybody goes away, now you don't feel suffocated, but still you don't know where you are. Are you getting that point, please? When everybody is going away, you are alone. You don't feel suffocated, but you don't know where you are. Are you getting that? Exactly the same way, when you sit down without knowing how to handle your thought or knowing about yourself when you meditate, so many thoughts are bothering you. If you are going with the thought, you are feeling suffocated. So stand, okay, be there. Suppose you stay for a day, 2, 3, some people do that. No thought will go. Maybe thoughts goes away. You are suffocated. That suffocation is no more there. But where am I? The person must know about himself. If you simply empty your mind for a few minutes, forcibly, or music, or this or that, yes, you will feel comfortable, no doubt. Because, simple thing, if the sound creates agitation, absence of sound can create a relief. But that is not a permanent relief. Because if absence of sound gives you a relief, there shall be fear of possibility of the new sounds. And you shall be always anxious within. So if a thought is giving you problem, absence of thought may give you a relief. But in that absence of thought, inherent is an idea. Thought may come back again. That is why simply sitting without understanding the nature of the thought will not solve your problem. Understand every thought, every emotion, I thought. And in order to have a look into it, first not speak. Vang nirodha. Do you understand the importance of it? If you don't speak, you don't drag other people's problem for yourself. For some time only. It's not for all time to come. For some time only. So that you see for yourself. It is like, you want to learn driving? Don't start with 110 km speed. What is the idea of being in the car in a 10 km speed? For some time only. In the beginning stages, you can drive 100 km speed. Start 10. So that when you start becoming little mastery, 20, 30, 50, 60, 100, 200, 300 you can go. So it's a preparation for never-ending speech. When you are unconsciously speaking, in every 1 minute you are tired, or you shall tire other people. Understand? The compulsive speaker doesn't tire himself because he doesn't know what he is doing. other people get tired around you. When you are a conscious speaker, you are never tired and you don't tire others. Why? You know whether you are expected to talk or not to talk. Are you getting that point, please? Do you understand how sweet it is? When you are unconscious speaker, you tire yourself down and others are tired around you. When you are a conscious speaker, you never feel tired, always fresh. And other people are also fresh around you. And by chance, other person cannot take it, you stop it. That is, even if the best, you know the truth, absolute truth, but you don't talk unless somebody is interested. And you can make out. When you start a topic, whether the person is interested or not interested. Suppose not interested, change the topic. Are you getting that point? How nice it is. So, please, so I start with every day at least half an hour. Don't talk to anybody. Just to begin with. Rest of the day, talk when it is needed to talk. If it is not needed, why talk? There is a smile for everybody. Smile is a speech, but it's a quiet speech, isn't it? Smile is a smiling speech. Because inside you are smiling, you are not talking, but you are smiling. So you are communicating. So your smile is good enough. Your nod of recognition is good enough. You don't have to speak. Always peaceful. That's why prasanna, the prasannatma. Prasanna. Always smiling, at rest with himself. And that will trigger, it will open all the doors. Because it will bring you face to face with yourself. So first time you shall know you have to correct yourself and not others. When you keep quiet, then you will know how it is important that you change yourself. Okay, that is why the next step he says now, which we shall see in the afternoon, aparigraha. Aparigraha. Parigraha means possessions. Aparigraha means non-possession. You should be a person who is not interested in gathering any type of possession. As I told you, speech is the most effortless activity which unnecessarily involves with everybody. That is why speech is the first one to be controlled. Controlled means you should be conscious. Now the next one is, unconscious behavior is your physical action. Get this, get that, take it away. To get something with your hand to take it, your leg must reach there. So suppose say, I want a laddu. The thought comes, laddu, sweet. Your leg will take you to the sweet shop. Your hand will pick it up, bring it. I want a cart, a car or a box of sweet or a chocolate or this. Go there, bring it. So slowly your room gets filled up. Parigraha. More the room gets filled up, more you have to manage. So where is your attention now? How to manage things. Unnecessary. 5-10 pairs of clothes. Which one to put on? That is why brahmachari, sannyasi life, one color. Why? Tomorrow what? Occur. Day after, occur. Today, white. Tomorrow, white. Day after tomorrow, white. What is there to choose? After a bath, you don't even spend 20 minutes or half an hour or 5 minutes after choosing anyone. Why? Same color. Everything is quick. The training, this is the time when you are training yourself. So please do that. We shall see in the afternoon more of it, aparigraha. So start with the speech, okay? See the importance of it. I'll talk a little more about that. It's a very, very powerful thing. Keeping your speech under control. This tongue is such a powerful instrument for speech as well as for taste. It's a double weapon, double-edged weapon. Your tongue can destroy you. There's weakness for food and weakness for speech. You keep your mouth shut, food is controlled, speech is controlled. Okay? Just close your eyes.